I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. You know that I know I've been changed. The angels in heaven done sign my name. If you don't believe that I've been redeemed, you know the angels in heaven, they done sign my name. I know I've been changed. Hey, people. Yeah, yeah. I know I've been changed. I. Good morning, saints. That's our Sunday morning church music. Made famous by, what was that girl? Lashana Pace. All right. I didn't come here to talk about religion. But it just amazes me the way art is reflected in fiction. Either fiction reflects art or art reflects fiction. I don't know how it goes. But what I want to do is this. Good morning, everyone. Let me say hello. Happy Sunday morning. Dog Liquor. How you doing, Dog Liquor? Jenny, Big Nun. How everybody? Hi, Miss Motown. Good to see you. You don't believe. I wish I had the audacity to actually play music on my channel. But see, that would disqualify you from any kind of revenue. Right? So I have to just crank out my own stuff. Now I know it's hard on the ears. I would love to be able to play that song on here, but we have to just do as best we can. Anyway, so this week's news has been this story of this woman who apparently has been doling out large sums of money, unbeknownst to most of us. I had no idea. No, not that I was going to be trying to attach to this person because they're doling out money, but it reminded me of something. So what I want you guys to do, just be patient with me. I want to I want to read to you. We know my reading is stilted, so bear with me. A paragraph and a half of this character is in my new novel. Now, people will say, oh, that's this person. Oh, that's that person, right? So we want to be sure that this writing was done long before we heard this current story. But it just tickles me. I said, that sounds familiar in some way. So let me tell you the little story about this lady. Okay, here it goes. This is chapter. This was way back in the beginning when I started this novel. It's one of these primary characters, right? There was a woman called herself Queen Carol, a once strikingly beautiful woman. That was many years ago. Time had not been kind. She had not been anywhere near beautiful in a long, long time. Recently widowed and left a small fortune, she found herself with way too much time on her hands. Her husband, George, who passed away at 93, had been her world, and in recent years, not in a good way. The queen had been little more than a glorified caregiver for the best part of her 30-year marriage. Yes, she had married a much older man for security, a home, a real life. She never dreamed the man would have his first heart attack 3 years later. Now alone in her big, beautiful house, she found herself spending an ever-increasing amount of time online, specifically on the tube. Since Carol had been blessed with a sizable amount of disposable income, she thought nothing of tipping her favorite tubers. The queen always tipped in hundreds, up to 3 and even as much as 5 to people she chose to support on a regular basis. Naturally, all those tubers loved the queen. The tube paid them by placing sometimes skippable ads on their content. This amounted to a lot of money for big or huge tubers. But for the rest, people like Queen Carol made all the difference. Out of sheer boredom, eventually Carol decided to start her own tube channel. She decided to be her young, beautiful self once again. The last thing she wanted was to be treated like some matronly grandma, tolerated only out of respect for her age and, of course, the money. She knew she could easily hide the fact that she had been the woman handing out financial blessings so freely. But frankly, she enjoyed the sense of power the money gave her. George had always referred to this as leverage. The tube had an option where a person could speak through an avatar, a bouncing picture. She chose a picture taken just after her marriage to George. This would make her 30 years young and George 62. People used to say she could have easily passed for a young Holly Berry. Well, Holly had certainly used her youth and beauty well. Carol had used hers up on an invalid and impotent man 30 years her senior. At the core, Carol was a bitter and resentful woman. It goes on. Carol becomes a primary character. But I just wanted to share that with you children. Hold on a minute. Let me get back. Hey, people, how you doing? Art reflects life. Okay, got it. Gotcha. So I was know about this character long before I heard this stuff. But apparently people have been talking about this situation with this lady, Diamond Dori. Now, I'm not familiar with her. I know a couple people have had problems with her in the past, and there was some controversy about whether she was an actual lawyer or not. Apparently this lady, she talks a lot, and not everything is totally believable. But recently they found out that, well, she's not all talk. Apparently this lady has not been all talk. She's been actually a benefactor to several tubers. She kind of reminds me of my character, Carol. She has it to give out, so she gives it out strategically. Anyway, it seems like this woman has been generous to several people. We won't mention any names here, but to the tune of many, many thousands of dollars. Now, I don't know about this story about somebody getting $80,000. I'm not sure if that is a request for $80,000 or did he actually get that kind of money. I don't know that these people have that kind of money, but perhaps if they were going to use their credit or their 401k or something like that. I don't know why somebody would just ask somebody for that much money, but apparently they were willing to settle for less. She's giving people, I don't know, I guess one of $7,000, $10,000 here. She's been passing all these huge sums of money, right? Her husband, who I heard, I think on the Monsters page, I couldn't listen to that, too much of that, because apparently one of the people who was in the split screen had their fire alarm. They didn't change the battery in their fire alarm, and that sound drives dogs nuts. So if they have their fire alarm, they haven't changed the battery, the dog starts climbing all over my face and stuff. I can't see anything. So I had to just get a little piece here and there kind of thing. But apparently this woman has been giving these people all this money. And now many of them are turning on her because apparently she expects a certain amount of respect for the fact that she's been sponsoring them. Have I got that right? I only got bits and pieces of the story now. I'm not familiar with her. Let me see. Okay, glorious Sunday morning. Let me take a minute here and say hello. Maybe y'all got some more information y'all can add. Diamond Dori pays for friends, apparently. Okay, so those kind of friends are no good. Anytime you have to buy a friend, they're not real friends. In my story, the people turn on her, they dox her actually, and find out that actually my character has some very hot tea that she was hiding for good reason, and they doxed her. So she was not able to buy respect from these people, because when the money dried up, so did the love. You can't buy friends, right? You're doing much better to just come and be yourself. If you want to give something, give it in secret, honey. Don't have these people attaching to you because you give them money, because that's your relationship, and that's what they're going to expect from you. And if you stop giving them money, they're going to wonder what's wrong. So I don't know people who's right or who's wrong, but a lot of these people, apparently they're not having a lot of positive things to say about this woman. After, I guess, they've, of course, kept the money. Those friends that you buy with money are not your friends, honey. They're not real friends, right? They don't give a shit about you. You introduce yourself by giving them money, and that's what they expect from you. That is your relationship. You're the giver, they're the receiver. If anything comes in to change that, they're not going to go from, okay, now I'm going to be your friend, your regular friend. No. If they were to become your friend based on your personality, or because they found you entertaining, or because they like your sense of humor, right? Then that would be your relationship. I like them because of this. But if they only like you because of money, honey, the money can't stop. Don't stop till you get enough. Get up, baby, don't stop. Anyway. Hi, Raymond Davis. That woman could sing. I went before I came on here, I was listening to her. My church broadcast on here, City of Refuge San Francisco, or City of Refuge Oakland. They have a show on here, and that's the song that they chose today. So that led me to the girl who actually sings that song, Lashana Pace. And she really, really sings that song, honey. It's an old clip. Let me see. Yeah, I do miss the assembly. Finally caught alive. Oh, Miss Motown, you finally caught alive? You must be a working woman. Good to see your face again. I think you're the only moderator in here for the moment. Who is Johnny? Who is Johnny? Okay. Who is Johnny? Just read my book. Who is Johnny? I knew a Johnny in my life. Let me see. Yo, Manny. How you doing, Manny? The art reflects. Okay. Share. Okay. I don't think it causes any harm to just read little excerpts here and there. I mean, the book's going to be, it's a full novel. So anyway, buying friends does not turn out well for my character. But we don't know how bad it turned out yet. Because you have money, you have the power to do things, right? When you have a coin, you can also make things happen, honey. You could hire a detective if you want to. Hint, hint. You can cause all kind of havoc in other people's names. Sweeney, they say good morning. How you doing, boy? What's going on? Dig over there. Dig over there and say hello. Oh, you got your sneeze? How many sneeze you got? They say hello. God, dog it. Stop sneezing. Say hello. Oh, give him a shake. Okay. You will give him a little tail? Shake the tail, boy. Why is he sneezing? He got to and come across something. I got him some new treats. They're like dried chicken. It's like real light, almost feathery kind of stuff. Maybe that's making him sneeze. Can be bought and sold. They're not very loyal to you, honey, when you giving them money. And they don't want you to ever mention the money. They want you to be silent about it. Right? I ain't gonna get into the mess of all that because some of the people involved I actually like. So I'm gonna say out their business, but it amuses me. Let me see anybody that they all seem to be turning at the same time. Now I've never even encountered this woman. I've heard her spoken about, but the way that man was throwing away all them thousands of things, I said, well, yeah, maybe I need to give him a call. Oh, girl, I want to open up this club, this juke joint. Can I get 100,000? Thank you. Excuse me. Let me see. Now, baby's adorable. Yes, he is so sweet and cute and good. But that beeping sound just drives him nuts. Anytime you watch somebody online, I mean, I can hear it usually. Sometimes I know if he starts climbing all over me, then he's telling me that turn that off. I guess that's one of those signals that they can hear a lot louder than we can. What else is going on, people? What else is happening? Okay, so the woman, let me see. She came on the Monsters page. This other lady. What's her name? Miss. Hold on. No, I can't. Look at that picture. From millionaire to an interview with Eric Kane. Oh, I just saw that. Okay, I can't find the information, but I don't know if she's asking for money back now or what the situation is. I know her husband apparently was online saying that the lady had been sick. People are calling her all kind of bitches and hoes, and they're not understanding that yes, she has problems, she has issues, she has this motor thing where she's always talking, but that doesn't mean she's a bad person, and she's been a very generous person. So he was making that appeal. Apparently, he's even wrote some checks for a few $100s. He said he gave somebody $800. It shouldn't everything is not about money, people. Just read my book. Who is Johnny? I want to know who is Johnny. Who in the hell is Johnny, honey? Let me see. Right. Could you use wisdom? What you think, Dori, my new best friend and her husband do to make all this? That's what I was asking Shell Whitfield. Could you use your wisdom and opine on what you think Dori, my new best friend, and her husband do to make all this money? Good question. He sounded like a working man. At some point, he said he had to go to work. I hope these people are not spending their life savings on YouTube. Now, there's many ways to have money, right? If your parents died and they left you their house and so forth, and you sold that house, then in some cities, you'll become instant millionaire, right? Just because generally when old people die, their property is paid for, and you get all of this money when you sell the property, right? It could be something like that. He says that she claims that she's an attorney, and it seems like almost nobody believes that. I don't know. Maybe she does something in where she works and gets some kind of income from that. But people, please don't be sitting up there sending your paychecks to goddamn YouTube, right? So no, I don't know what they do for a living. They don't sound like drug dealers. They don't sound like people who will be getting money in nefarious ways. He says he is a pastor, which I don't know if that means a minister or an actual pastor. If you're an actual pastor, then you have a flock or you have a church, right? Now, so we don't want the church to be giving these people the money either, but he says he's a pastor and he's a working man because he said he had to go to work. So I don't know. He says that all the money belongs to God. All the money belongs to God. So I guess if you are the pastor of the church, you would have access to the church's money. It seems like he's not the primary person giving it, though. It's her. So now, would she have access to the church's money like that? I don't know. So it is a very good question, Shell, and I don't have any idea. But you could have inherited some money. It sounded like they were in some kind of business. If your business is making money, you know, people can have all kind of mental problems and still run a successful business. They might be able to do that very well, and even though they're lacking in other areas, right? So more will be revealed with that, Dori. As I said, I couldn't listen but so much, and some of these lives are going on for hours, you know. But it just seems like a lot of people are piling on right at the same time. And people, they are resentful when they've caught you in a lie. They think you're a liar, and it becomes like that, you know. He's saying, okay, maybe she exaggerates that part, but she's a decent woman, and she's been having some real serious health issues where he's had to take her places and get her out of the bed and things like that. If that is the case, then that would be a very cruel thing. But we don't know. We don't know about people's personal lives. But apparently this money is real because nobody seems to be denying it. All the ones he called out, as far as him giving them money, not one of them has denied that they've received it. Nobody's called him a liar. I don't know about, I mean, the primary thing is just $80,000. Now, if that's just somebody just asking them about a business, I mean, $80,000 is a whole lot of money to us. But if you were actually trying to start a business or giving a proposal to start a business, then 80,000 would not be necessarily that much seed money. The amazing thing would be that they actually had that kind of money to give you. It could just be people talking. I didn't listen long enough to know if they actually received that kind of coin from somebody. You can ask for anything. I can ask you for $1 million. People, I want to do $1 million. Last night they had on American Greed, they were showing all of the GoFundMe scams and how these people had faked all this stuff to get people's money. That's not been my ministry, but it is fascinating. It is fascinating what they can do. These people, they set out to raise, okay, last night on American Greed. I guess you can pull that up on either on demand, or they have episodes on here on YouTube too. Anyway, this woman, she said she ran out of gas on the freeway, right? And she was stuck on the freeway. She said a homeless guy came and knocked on her window. Of course, she was aghast because there's a homeless guy out in the middle of nowhere. And he said he had $20 and he took his last $20. He says, I'm going to take this. She was talking to her through the window. I'm going to take this. I'm going to go and get you some gas and I'll bring it back. No, don't open your door. I'm going to go and get the gas and I'll put it in your car for you. Right. She was so impressed by this that she went and took a picture with him on the side of the road. She did a GoFundMe to help this guy to raise, because he was homeless. He had no vehicle. He had nothing, right? Baby, please be quiet. They were presenting it at this Good Samaritan, this very decent person who had lost his way. So they set out to get $5,000 GoFundMe, right? And they ended up getting $450,000. People just kept giving and giving and giving and giving. And it turned out, first we thought, well, the people got the money. They probably weren't, but they definitely were not expecting to get that much money. And they started siphoning off, spending the money. She bought a new BMW or a used BMW for $20,000. And basically they were spending the money like it was theirs. Now, this is money I think the right thing in that situation would have been to split the money. But as they were investigating the story, and I forget what town it's in, they find out that the guy on the freeway who had the $20, that was all a made-up story. They already knew the guy, right? They already staged the picture. It was a scam from the very beginning. There was no car running out of gas. They did several other internet scams on there, but that's the one I saw. I hope he been changed. It went wrong because they kept all the money. They should have gave him some money. I'm sure he would have loved to have gotten a couple $100,000, but no, they got greedy. They tried to keep the money for themselves. And when they went to investigate, they saw that the money was gone. And the guy who orchestrated this, because the woman had a boyfriend, right? Apparently he was a compulsive gambler because most of the money was spent around casinos. He fancies himself some kind of professional poker player. They blew all the money. And then he gave him shit. So GoFundMe, to protect their reputation and to not have people, because the story had gotten pretty big, it had got national coverage. They said, we'll give all the people who donated to that, we'll make them all whole. So in that instance, everybody who gave to those people who thought they were helping the homeless guy, they all got the money back. The homeless guy, he still didn't get shit, but he is an admitted drug addict, so it would have been blown anyway. So I don't know, people, but if Miss Dori, Diamond Dori, if she's blessed you, don't be cruel. Don't be cruel. If she's actually sick, if anybody's sick, whether they got money or not, don't pile up on people, right? And if because somebody got a mental problem, a mental issue, that don't make that they're not the devil, or they're not throwaways, right? Anyway, I'm sure there'll be other people investigating that case. Bad appetite. What is this? Okay. Why are you promoting others' lives on this channel? Oh, you're saying joy filled? Joy filled, the message is gone. Okay. Okay. I watch almost everybody in replay anyway, so I don't get all that. I don't really care who's live or kind of thing. Some people, they'll say, oh, don't go live because I'm live and all that kind of stuff. Don't play those games. But you feel like talking, just talk, because in the next 10 minutes, you may not feel like talking anymore, right? If you have something you want to talk about, just get on there and just talk about it, honey. I don't believe in that stuff, that you got to take turns talking, or you got to all try to get the same people. As most people, they're watching replays anyway. When you're live, how many? Okay, so there's 160. Is that 160 people in here? I don't even know how to read the damn thing. That's how much I look at it. No, so it's 159 people, right? So there's 159 people, but when it goes to replay, that number would jump to 1,500, 2,000 people. So I don't know what the big deal about live is. I think people got excited about the live is, first of all, we could listen to you can see your chat. And secondly, is because when this thing first started, people were doing a lot of super chats, cash apps, right? So this is how they were getting their money. But now I think that's kind of pretty much, COVID has kind of put a cork in that. So I don't know what the great benefit of being live is. I hear you, Miss Motown said, to tip your gracious host, you may go to Cash App. Mm-hmm. We do appreciate it, though. Let me see. Dori is vulnerable and should not be on YouTube. Okay. Yeah. So she's vulnerable and should not be on YouTube. She should at least not bring her purse on YouTube, right? People who are very insecure do that. Feel like you have to give people something for them to like you. No, you don't want those kind of friends, honey. Find people who actually like you, right? Because they'll hang in there with you because they like you. A lot more than somebody just giving money. Because as soon as the money dries up, that's it, honey. You have served your purpose. Mm-hmm. All these men out here getting these women and they buy them this, buy them that. Now you done presented yourself as a sugar daddy. You done met some woman. You done bought her a car. You done bought her new furniture for her house. It's all very nice and everything, but that's the way she sees you. You presented yourself as a sugar daddy. She didn't fall in love with you. She fell in love with your gifts, your money. So when that dries up, that's it, honey. You don't even necessarily have anything in common. Hide behind the throne. Mm-hmm. Let me see. A hit dog will holler when guilty, and some who receive money are showing their ass. Let us repeat that. NYW. A hit dog will holler when guilty, and some who receive money are showing their ass. Yeah, but why are you turning on the damn woman who gave the goose that laid the golden eggs, honey? She might still have a few for you. If you act right. Yeah, they didn't say that. Like certain people's, apparently she's paid, she's sponsored. Let me not go there. I said people are dead. Let them be dead, honey. Let that be their story. The proper response if somebody gives you, if somebody's breaking you off thousands of dollars, honey, the proper response is thank you. I'll sit this one out. They want to go and eat you up. I'll sit this one out. Especially if somebody is sick. I mean, apparently she is physically sick. Not only does she have some kind of emotional things going on, but she's also physically sick. But she's able to keep her man. Her husband seems to be devoted to her. So I guess a lot of people wonder, where in the fuck are they getting hundreds of thousands of dollars? See, so for us, like for me, when I know they don't like me talking about the streets all the time. But when I was dealing with drugs, if I was coming out of the hotels I was staying in, I had to keep moving. And somebody didn't have their rent money, they would get thrown out. They were having all the time in the Tenderloin. I would just pay it. Now, I mean, I would just pay whatever they owed so they wouldn't get thrown into the street kind of thing. Well, that was not a big deal to me because I had money. If you have it, it's not that big a deal, honey. For us who don't have shit, then, you know, you start talking about, I gave somebody $7,000. Well, if it ain't that big a deal to you, we don't know what their situation is. We don't know, honey. It could be somebody's giving them $7,000. If he's a pastor, I don't know. But I mean, $5,000 could be nothing to some people and a whole lot. What if Donald Trump gave somebody $5,000? You wouldn't think anything of it, right? So what the fuck is that? Should be 5 million. We don't know. I've never had any encounter with a woman at all. I don't think I've ever even seen her in the chat. I've just heard her spoken about. Now, a lot of these people, they're going to say, oh, she doing like that. So she going to pick up a few of these friends. You can be assured of that, honey. If you win the lottery today, believe me, honey, you will instantly have friends. And people find out you have coin, they'll come out the woodwork. Some of these celebrities, they'll tell you stories about they ain't talked to their family in 20 years. They saw them on TV, all of a sudden they're showing up with their suitcase. L Love, oh, I speak about it, you know. I just don't want to, I don't want to get myself into I don't ever want to be perceived as somebody who is glorifying the street life. But at the same time, I do believe that people should tell the truth. The truth has value. Your bullshit don't have no value, right? So whatever your experience is, you get to be in your 60s. Really, most of your life is behind you, honey. I mean, there's only a limited amount. If we stay on COVID, you might not have more experience. But most of your experience in your life is all behind you. So whatever that was, if you was a brain surgeon all your life, then you're going to talk about brain surgery when you retire, honey. It's just the reality. If thine eyes offend thee, pluck them out. For it is far better to go through life with no eyes. The principle being, if you don't want to hear all this shit, just click off, honey. Yeah, she'll pick up if you believe me, honey. Especially them hustlers. That's all they need to know is where's the money. They want to know where the money resides, where the money resides. Wherever the money resides, honey. Because you don't want those kind of friends, Miss Diamond Dori. So don't be bragging. Don't be telling people your business because they're going to be trying to rip you off too. You'll also find some of those. In certain cities, you can't tell people you got money. They'd be trying to rob your ass. Oh, Marcia, I have a neighbor who is very well off. Nobody even wants to go to the corner store for her for $20 because she's so evil. Where the money reside, where the money reside. She's using her power. That sounds like the story I was just sharing with you guys with Miss Carol, Queen Carol. Right? Queen Carol, I enjoy the power. Her dead husband described it as leverage. I can make them do what I want them to do because I have the money. See? You can tell what kind of character a person has when they get some money. See how not only how greedy your ass is, but how much they can also be working you because of their money. The lady said that people won't even go to the store for she's so damn evil. Hope she got her a pistol in her house. I stopped telling men I met that I was a psychotherapist because they start instantly begging for money. Jane, big boss. Did you change your name recently? That's a new name. I stopped telling men I met that I was a psychotherapist because they start instantly begging for money. That's what they want to know, James. They want to know where the money resides, honey. You better off nothing for them not even know you had any money. Just don't even let them know. Just come on here and be a regular person. You'll meet genuine friends or people who like you, like spending time with you. I used to think when I came off them streets, I used to know everybody. Everybody always, they all kiss asses because most of us were all drug addicts. In the Tenderloin, it's like a separate world where everybody, damn near everybody's on something, right? And they used to tell you that, well, those people are going to be approaching you when you get clean, and you got to resist. You can't be hanging out and all this kind of stuff. Child, as soon as I didn't no longer had drugs, them people had no use for me. When they see me, how you doing, Jabber? That was my old name. How you doing, Jabber? You got anything? At first, it was like that. You got anything? I said, no, I'm out of it. They wouldn't let me finish my goddamn sentence. They were gone, honey. You serve no purpose. That's what that life is about. When you introduce yourself to people as, okay, this is what I got this, I have that, I have this, I have that. And that's what they're going to cling to. If this Dori woman is on the East Coast, we can definitely be buds. I'll pick up her at a rental for turnarounds to OBX. That's the, wait a minute. Fresh air is healing. Ooh. Oh, you pick her up and move her around and things. Old people got to be careful, honey. Sometimes the old people got money. Yes. They'll find, oh, yeah, I love you. They're trying to be the last caregiver. Hopefully that they can get in them coins, honey. Oh, what did she leave me? They want to be the last one in the family. You got nephews and shit you ain't seen in 30 years. Oh, he's sick. Oh, let me get over there. Whose name is the house in? It's hard for me to believe that she worked for that money. Those that work for things aren't so interested in throwing it away. That's what, yeah, Cheryl. I mean, that's what I was amazed when the guy said he had to go to work. I said, well, God damn, they're not giving away their paycheck to these people, are they? I mean, I can understand if you inherited some money or something. I don't know, you won a little lottery or something. You got money you didn't work for. It flows more freely, right? That's why they're always attacking the people who win the lottery. A lot of the people end up broke. Anyway, it's not been made clear what she does or how she has all this money. She has a man. I'm not even sure what his angle was for coming on, but he was talking to the other lady. I'm not sure what the other lady's name is, who was the second person interviewing with the monster. She seemed to have all the tea. So maybe she was friends with them. But this lady, Diamond Dori, I've heard her name mentioned many, many times around YouTube. Usually it was around this lawyer thing. They don't believe she is a lawyer. If she's a smart money, she wouldn't be throwing thousands and thousands of dollars at these YouTubers, I don't think. But like I said, if you have it, I mean, if you have a couple $1 million in the bank, you're not sweating, a few $100s. You can. Behind the Throne says, after 60, all that's left is peace and kindness. If you can find it, peace and kindness, honey. I'm not arguing with nobody. Get your ass out here. No, baby, I don't got no lust in me. My parts don't work right. All I want is peace. I imagine that's what they do in these, these old folks' homes and things. Basically, they probably sit around and talk about how they lived. If they were a cement mixer or whatever the hell they did, and their kids. That's what you do. I mean, those are your stories. You lived a life. I think you're lucky if you like to write because you're able to put it down on paper. I'd be interested in hearing about that. Okay, we know she isn't a lawyer. It would make sense that her family has money it allowed her to come up with this entire fantasy life. All right. Well, I mean, everybody's parents die, though, right? If you're a certain age, we all eventually will lose our parents. Now, traditionally, white folks, they would have inheritance money passed along or whatever. But usually a lot of black people, we didn't have money, right? So we didn't have nothing to pass on. We're just trying to cover the expenses of the funeral. But now a lot of black people, they pass something on to their children, primarily if they own real estate, if they own their house and stuff like that. They can leave that to their family, or they have, they haven't used up all their retirement money, whatever. And there are a lot of black people who have money. Celebrities, they got all this money. All these rapper people, they got all this money, right? So now we're faced with, inheritance. Some people just have a lot of money because their parents had a lot of money. It's possible. I know many people here in San Francisco, they'll tell you that they bought their house, or their partner bought their house in the 70s, and they paid $80,000 for it. And now it's worth $3 million. So some cities make a lot of money from real estate. Inheritance. Oh, it's your first time? Talks with Tara? This is my first time catching Unks on live. Oh, well, welcome. I'm glad y'all think me interesting enough to want to catch on live. Okay. BL, New Jersey. Boss Lady, New Jersey was like, what, Dori? Okay. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? So is she demanding money back or something? Or what, did anybody know what Miss Dori, why she's in the news? What happened? What went wrong? Why is this week any different than last week? That now the people are upset with her. Is she demanding from them now? Or is she spilling tea? Or is it just her husband spilling tea? Shell Whitfield is around time when Tita's daughter was missing and was found, and Dori was supposed to be giving an interview with Rita. Okay. Shell Whitfield was around the time when, this was around the time that Rita's daughter was missing. Okay, we found her in a couple of days. To be giving interview. Okay. And Dori was supposed to interview Rita. I am leaving my child set. You are leaving your child set when you die? Life insurance. Oh, yeah, I forgot the primary thing. Not only real estate, but the life insurance. Right. You can get millions. I got to take care of that because who knows how much longer I have. But I ain't really got nothing unless I leave them all statue. But, right, if you have life insurance, it's got to go to somebody, right? So, yeah, some people could come into a whole lot of money. Y'all remember that tragic story with Mona Simone, where that guy set up there and inherited it from his parents died close to each other. I forget his name. And he ended up giving all that money to Mona. She identified that he had all this money. And then he came on, and then he was broke. He was still working, but he was broke. And he said Mona took all his money from him. That was a story. Let me see. Okay. Did Bree interview somebody that spilled tea concerning Dori? Did Bree interview somebody? I think a long time ago, I remember her and James going at it. Something like that. All around this insistence that she was an attorney. I don't know what happened either, Uncle Tim. All of a sudden, everyone was talking about Dori. Her husband says he is a cursing pastor. Well, I prefer cursing pastors myself. I like real people, honey. I'm not into all that old fake shit. And then 2 weeks later, they then caught in a hotel room with 3 hookers and all that old foolishness, child. I don't know about all that. All that stuff, child. I don't know about religion. People faking it. I'd rather them just come on and just be real. discuss real issues, and use real language. Oh, her husband? No, her husband's not the cursing pastor. No, that's not her husband. There's more than one cursing pastor, child, especially online. My understanding is a pastor is the person who has a church. Now, if they ain't got no church, I don't think they should be calling themselves a pastor. They should call themselves a minister, or if they have some other position in the church. But even if you've accredited and all that, don't call yourself a pastor unless you're pastoring something. Pastor is a position. I won a $10,000 scratch off. Ooh, how you doing? Nell Taylor 50, how you doing? I won a $10,000 off of a scratch off, and my coworkers brought LGE bill, an eviction notice, etc. I guess that's some kind of light power company, whatever city you live in. They brought you their bills, eviction notice, etc. True story. So it happens. Sad but true. I did help out when I bought a new car. It was over. Okay, you spent the money before they got a hold to it. Oh yeah, baby. They said, oh yeah, I got 4 flat tires at the same night. In their 90s? Ooh. Yeah, will shell out cash, but Lord, they are mean as a hornet's nest. I'll be all right on my own. Behind the throne, the parents got kind of mean. Well, my mama's got, I hear she's kind of mean. I don't call her nearly enough. You know, you don't hold anything back when you get to be a certain age. I got nothing to lose. And don't get evicted from my will. Who is Dori and what's the story? All right, a rapper. Queen Enchanted. Who is Dori and what's the story? Is it Corey or Bori or Dori? Rhyme, baby. Yeah, I don't know what the tea is with Dori. Dori is a person, apparently, we're finding out this weekend that in the last couple of days that apparently Miss Dori, Diamond Dori, who said she was an attorney, and most people believe that she was not an attorney. She was just spinning the yarn or telling the story. And they find out now that she has been sponsoring and helping a lot of these people on YouTube with large sums of money. That's who she is. That's why we're talking about her today. Thank you, Talks with Tara. I appreciate you. Thank you. So they find out she's been giving out thousands of dollars. Several people have gotten $10,000, $7,000. People are getting several $100s, even in their chats. The husband has even broken down and written checks for money. He says that he is a pastor. He said he had to go to work. Maybe his work is a pastor. I don't know. I think if I attended that church and found out this is how they were using the money, I'd be pissed off. But we don't know it. We can't assume, honey. So what is interesting about the story, whoever asked that, is that pretty much all of a sudden, people are having a big issue with her. So we don't know if she started demanding things from them, or she's instigated something where they got them all pissed off now, and now they're explaining when they got the money, how they got the money, how they didn't ask for the money, how the money was a gift, and they're going all through all this stuff, right? So are they saying that now Miss Dori is just telling all the business and telling all the people she's helped all at the same time? People don't seem to be knowing much more than I know on here. Let me see. How do you... Shell Whitfield, you want to know, how do I get back on Dori's good side? I have a business idea. I need an investment. Oh, no, $7,500. Oh, you can get that. Mm-hmm. Girl, I wouldn't want to be on here. People, everybody know I got money, honey. Where the money reside, where the money reside. Mm-hmm. But don't get worked by people who have money too. You know, sometimes people can be abusive when they have all the purse strings. Don't always assume the person who has got the money is the one that's being abused. They might be making you work for that money. I don't know. I kind of felt for the husband though, because he was on there and he was just saying, "God, y'all treating her so bad, and she's almost broke us, giving you money." So she might have some emotional thing going on. Tell Ken D3, when you find out, Shell, you let me know, honey. I need 20K. I always said I don't need no car, but you know, if you're doing it like that, girl, maybe I can give me 25K. Give me a vehicle and park it in the garage. I don't have no desire at all to have no car. I really don't. That's one good thing about San Francisco. They talk about how high the rent is, but one of the first things you can eliminate is a car payment, car note, insurance, maintenance. You can let that go, honey, because you don't need it unless you work in the suburbs or somewhere. Queenie, have mercy, show loving kindness. Yeah. See how good those ears are? Somebody had the nerve to walk down the aisle, walk down the hallway. I was about to turn off. Okay, Tilcan. If I'm talking to somebody and they sound like they're about to ask me for money, I will say, they about to turn my lights off and they hang up quick. That's right. You ain't got nothing for me. I'm wasting time. A lot of times, I'm not criticizing people who are having a hard time, but a lot of times the homeless people, when they ask you for money and you feel like you're doing the right thing, and sometimes you'll break off a $5 bill. And as soon as they get the money, not only want to not say thank you, they don't even look at you. They go right on to the next one. I said, girl, give me my dollar back. Give from your heart, people. But that always amazes me, though, the way they do. They don't even make eye contact with you. After you got the money, that's it. They were so humble a moment ago. Well, that is only a couple of dollars. Oh, you just peed. Oh, my goodness. Behind the throne? What's wrong? What is the real motive? Queen Enchanted? Very interesting. Be aware. There's no such thing as a free lunch. What's the real motive? That's a real story. Thank you for enlightening me, Mr. Hotel. Girl, they might want you to be submissive to them after they didn't give you some money. Not all money is good money. We know that. We know that to be true, honey. I cannot stand somebody to give you something and throw it back up in your face. You said, damn, it's only $100. You're talking about it 6 years later. There are those kind of personalities, though. They'll throw it up in your face every time you try to talk. Behind the throne, we don't want to put it in depends. Okay, I will have more than $100 and never repetitive. I have no dependence. Okay. Who is saying that? Okay, behind the throne, I will help, but no more than $100. And first was a first cash app I ever got was $100. I don't remember the lady's name. They only give you an option on there where you cash app people to just make a heart or a couple of little symbols kind of things. That you don't get a chance to actually say anything to people. But that was really a blessing. I don't get those. Some people get them like that all the time, you know. But sometimes I'm motivated to help somebody out. particularly if I'm real entertained by their live or whatever. If I didn't sit up here and laugh for an hour, it's okay to give you a tip, I think. I mean, I'm not into all the begging stuff, but you want to tip the people. You care about them, you like them. Ease their burden a little bit. Money's tight though these days. Money is tight. So far, people, I told y'all a couple of days ago, I'm sweating. Jesus. It's warm in San Francisco. It's warm here again. You don't even have to wear a jacket. And I'm sitting here sweating, just sitting at this desk. Well, just saying something. It'll come back. How much do you pay for the tickets? Okay, I heard something about some tickets. Okay, Shell Whitfield knows a little bit more than we know. She's speaking to Queen Enchanted. I guess we're looking in. She's a woman that claims to be an attorney and says she represented Tasha K. She also claims she was QB's cousin. I don't know why that'd be a good thing. She has a channel. She has a channel? Apparently, she's been giving lots of money out. She has a channel? Hold on a second, people. Be patient with me 1 second here. Since we just talking. Okay, Diamond Dori. Okay, there it is. Diamond Dori, boss. Yeah, she has a channel, all right. It's called Diamond Ring Dori Boss. Is that her? Wait, that's a white woman, I think. She was AKA Pastor. Okay. No, that's her. AKA Pastor. I know you love the cash. Wait, she has one called, I can't say that name, but let's just say Passa, AKA Passa. I know you love the money. She has 3 money signs, but let's be real. Okay.
Pastor J. Wilson. Hold on, let me put my face on you. Are you tripping, Pastor? Pastor J. Wilson. Pastor J. Wilson. Pastor.
Oh, okay. I ain't supposed to use that name on my channel, so she's about to go off on him. So she's talking about the money. There are money signs all over that thing there. Let's see if we can find somebody else. That's her voice. So she is almost like my character that I just described. It's amazing how I keep running into this, that I'll write something and then I'll see something that's similar to that, because she is presenting herself. She got this real light skin. I guess it's a black woman, but this like pretty woman kind of portrait on her thumbnail, but her voice is distinctly not looking like that glamour girl, right? Let me see. But I can't use that particular person's name. So let's see if we find one more of what she's running around. Okay. Hold on one more second. And we get a synopsis or summary of who is Diamond. Here she is again. Okay. Simone, Goddess, April Walker, Snoop, Terry. Okay. Okay. So she has another one where she's got a lot of names in here. Simone, Goddess, BL, Boss Lady, New Jersey, April Walker. Oh, this might be the one that's caused all the problems then. She's got a whole lot of names here. It says Lies, Self-Respect, and Boss Lady, New Jersey, Deanna, Never, D or Wanted. And then she got a money sign. That was the last one she did 1 day ago. So is this the video that's caused all the trouble? It sounds like this might be it. Hold on. So in her sign, she has diamonds and dollar signs. Hold on.
She real. That's serious. That's real talk. Welcome. So as I'm saying, y'all, okay, I really ain't even want to go there. You welcome, baby. You know how I feel about you, twin. You ain't even reached puberty yet, for real. You're not a star. And I realized you can't even spell. How you a teacher? You're a liar. You did ask us to invest in your school. Hell, you've been begging for money since the day I clicked with you.
Okay. I can't steal all of her content. But that's what it is. It looks like. It looks like she's named a whole list of people and confronted them about the money that she's giving them. That's what it looks like. The one she was talking about that other person I don't talk about. And then this other one yesterday, she had a whole list of all the people who she's giving money to. So she's going off on them. So if you guys want to check that out, then you go to Diamond Dori and you'll find out exactly what's going on here. I'll do that after I get off of here, but I don't want to be just using all of her content. So she's putting them through it now. She's throwing up their money in their face, it looks like. That's very curious. I'm going to do that as soon as I get off of here. I'm going to find out now. I'm going to find out what the hell is going on, honey. Look, you guys are right. I'll be way behind in my... Hi, Shell Whitfield. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Dori met your arch nemesis and Mark in real life. Okay. Yeah, she made a whole video and she got money signs all over it about the money. She's exposing where the money resides. So don't think that people now are uncovering her. It looks like she's the one exposing that she's giving people all this money. She's calling them out by name. So that's why they're all reacting to her. Oh, okay. To be continued. Y'all let your uncle go over there and find out what's going on there. It looks like it might be an interesting story. Yeah, she's definitely got Boss Lady New Jersey in the title. And her voice is not anything like that picture she's presenting. Just like my character, she wanted to be young again. So her avatar was of her at 30, and now she's 62. But what happens in the dark, will come into the light. All right, I'm going to go and investigate. You guys have a good Sunday. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Thank you guys who super chatted me. I appreciate you. Later.